How's the squad been since you returned to work on Tuesday?
All right, it was Wednesday, but yeah, we're fine. Yeah, no, everyone's everyone that needs to be fit and healthy is fit and healthy. Obviously, there's some injuries. Obviously, there's some COVID lads, but that's not uncommon. We know Wigan's got some. We know Tranmere's got some. I think Shrewsbury's got some. It's in and amongst, football clubs like it is, students like it is, factory workers like it is, food outlets. That's the nature of the virus, and we're no different as a football club. We've got to mitigate the risk, which we have done. We all wear masks. We're all 2 meters apart. We all eat at separate tables. We're all getting changed in the dome. There's a one-way system. All these things that have been in place for months now are still the case, and I do think that's probably why the spread's been mitigated. I think that's sort of going under the radar a little bit. That's not some sort of impassioned defence. That's just how it was. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're looking forward to actually playing some football.
Yeah, since we spoke to you on Wednesday, obviously we spoke about Ryan Whittle and Omar Beckles. Two others have tested positive. You would have been in dialogue with them. Are they okay? How they since proving positive?
The two other lads and the club doctors all asymptomatic. They've got no symptoms. There's no shortness of breath, no cough, no fever, no nothing. So it was a shock to us all that they tested positive, but that's the virus for you. So yeah, we'll welcome them back when they can come back.
Of course, as you say, you've started the training. Has it all been the same as you would normally do? I know you're a couple of days short, but have you had to sort of rejig your training daily sessions?
Not really. They all got sessions to do Monday and Tuesday in the front room. So they've got some, or the back garden. So they got some work, even if it's not sort of football specific work, Monday and Tuesday. And then obviously since Wednesday we've been in and we're cracking on as normal.
There about it's a worrying time, and it wasn't nice to have those extra two bodies plus the doctor as well that you've spoken about. Footballers are generally always together and in good harmony. Do you think that's not affected the mentality? They think they're all okay, Dave? Since you've been with them?
Yeah, because we've been doing things differently for 2 months now. There's been no table tennis in our canteen, for example, since we come back. We've all had to eat at individual tables as opposed to crowd round a table like we did 6-8 months ago. All them protocols have been in place for months now. So nothing's changed in our sort of daily working routine. The difference happened, whatever it was, 8-10 weeks ago when we first came back. That was when it was all different. The protocol, like I said, the protocols and procedures have been in place for a number of weeks, and so nothing's changed on that front, I have to say, and it's sort of business as usual. It's all right.
And being business as usual, has the EFL been back in touch with your football club? Is it all done and dusted now? The Oxford situation, you don't want to see that happen again. We'll talk a bit more about that in a moment, two's time. But you've got the rearranged date, which is next Tuesday. So is it all done and dusted and no repercussions?
I'm not sure. That's we had to submit. I had to personally submit a report of what I knew. I think the docket did. I'm not sure where it is from there. I haven't heard anything. Like I said, you saw with England under 19s last night. The game got abandoned at half time. Are we going to be the only one that gets called off on the day of the game? Maybe, but there'll be other games called off. I'm sure of it. Because the virus is an infectious disease that can catch people and football clubs out, and that's the nature of the world we're living in at the minute. So we've got to make sure that listen, if the Football League want to take sanctions on us, then fine, we accept it as medicine. Personally, I don't think, I certainly didn't do anything wrong. We followed, I know the training ground in our bubble, we got the most stringent and, procedures and guidelines going, because we are extremely mindful of what the law of the land dictates. So we've got to, we will continue to do as the government tells us and the Football League EFL tells us. So, that's not going to change. But if they see that we've had a breach somewhere, then they'll tell us and we'll improve and we'll put it in place without question.
Yeah, as you quite rightly pointed out, your game's going to go ahead against Wigan, and what you don't want is to see anybody else having to go through what you did last weekend. It was a horrendous few hours for you, and it could be an ongoing thing. So somewhere along the line, something, if the EFL are looking at that, they've got to put something in place, because you won't be the first and you won't be the last one. What happened last week?
No, I think it was all about the timing, which we didn't know about. Which was unfortunate. It's as simple as that. There's one lad's trying to protect himself, or he's doing what he thinks is right for him and himself and his family, and it sort of blows up in his face and out my face and the football club's face and the whole football industry. Because we want to all play football. Those football clubs need to play football. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see any player get ill, or any person get ill, or a virus that could potentially make him seriously ill. So, that's sort of where we're at, and that's the world we're living in. Should we be getting tested? I can see why we're not having to do mandatory testing, but, we've always got to accept that situations like last Saturday or last night, like I say, with England and Scotland under-19s may happen. That's no one's fault. I think last week I was stood on the pitch thinking, you can't win here. I tell the Oxford manager as soon as I get here, and he doesn't want to play, and I accept that, and I fully supported that decision. But then you sort of, where do you go from there? Because it looks as though we're being, I don't know, blasé about it all and what have you. We followed every procedure and every protocol in the book, to my knowledge. And that's sort of where, and the game got called off. And like I say, I think it was the right decision. And we're trying to replay it at the early, well, we are replaying it at the earliest date. So it's not as if like we're trying to get round it, get round integrity or anything like that. So, we've got to get on with it. We've got to play games of football. I'm sure when next time I see Carl Robinson, I'll if he's got any questions, I'll ask them as honestly as I can. And if he wants to ring me, he can. I know he's been ringing my players. So, we'll crack on and we'll play some football. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, you're cracking on because Wigan is up next, of course, and what it does, because unfortunately a couple of the players it gives the opportunity in that first 11. You've talked, from the pre-season that it's all about squad game. Well, this is a great opportunity for some place.
I think you said it was a squad game, didn't you? I didn't hear it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what I said there was the opportunity, because you've got. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah. It's an opportunity. Always is. Every game that we play is an opportunity for whoever gets selected, and there's always going to be injuries and suspensions and COVID stuff this year. So, it's an opportunity, and that's where you need your squad players or the players that haven't been, not squad players, the players that just haven't been selected for the previous game or two. And they're going to get a chance, and we'll see where we get to.
It's a good game again. It's another, real good footballer game. Wigan, another side that we talked about. We're in the Championship, of course, a few weeks ago. But a good test for you. You won your last home game, and you're looking to build on that.
Yeah, I think it will be a tough game. It'll be a good game. We've got some good attacking players and can score goals. So we know that whatever they bring and whatever side we put out, it'll be a good game. Some football played, and it's one that we should try and win. And that's always the aim. But that's we've got a chance to win another game of football, and that's all, like I say, that's the aim. And it'll be a tough afternoon as they always are, but one that we're looking forward to. We just want to play football at the end of the day and try and get some points on the board, some more points on the board.